So when you first load up Embergen, this is the home screen that you should be seeing. If instead you're seeing the default fire simulation that looks like this, you can just pause it by hitting spacebar and then click on the home icon over here to get back to the home page. So in the top row, you'll see your recent projects. Then you have 3 default presets here for default smoke, default fire, and default explosion. And then some updates from the Jenga Effects YouTube channel show up here. So I just want to show you the default presets. We have the default explosion, which looks like this. You can hit R to reset the simulation. And I'll just click and hold my left mouse button to orbit around the explosion. You can go back to the home screen and select the default fire, which looks like this. Middle mouse button to zoom in. Left mouse button, click, hold, and drag the mouse to orbit around. And then finally you have the default smoke, which looks like this. Next, you have the Learn tab, which has some introductory tutorials, also the live streams from the Jenga Effects YouTube channel. And then of course you have all of the presets that come along with Embergen. Quick tip, you can just search for whatever you're looking for. So if you need wispy smoke, you can just type in wispy and you'll get just that. Or you can just type in explosion and just get all the explosions. You can also filter everything by some of these pre-made filters. So you can just show all of the fire simulations, smoke, explosions, magic, particles. And then you can also filter by the amount of VRAM. So if you have an older graphics card, you might want to only use presets that only use up to 8 gigs of VRAM, which are these. If you have a newer graphics card, I would say 3090 or 4090, then you can use the 24 gig presets as well. Be careful with this. If you try to open a 24 gig preset on an older graphics card that doesn't actually have 24 gigs of VRAM, it will very likely crash Embergen for you. So I'm gonna click on all again to show all of the presets. Now I wanna touch on presets for a little bit because I know a lot of people look at these as the magic pill, but I think if you're actually new to a software, then the presets don't do you that much good. That was really the whole reason I think why you enrolled in a course, is because you know that it's important to understand the software so that you can create your own preset from scratch. Because if you've never opened Embergen and you look at something like this and then the director says, we need the explosion to dissipate faster, the flames to last longer, we need more detail and we need it to look larger scale, it looks too small scale, you don't really know what to do, right? At some point you still have to go in and start to dissect all of these settings and all of these notes to figure out how this blast is actually put together from scratch. Like if there was nothing here, now what do I do? How do I get that explosion to go from this to that big blast that I had? I would actually say that presets are helpful once you are more of an advanced user, right? So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I think it's important for us to know why we are gonna set up these simulations completely from scratch. Like, yes, there might be a template or a preset for an explosion that looks really cool, but unless I know step by step how something like this is put together and I'm confident that I can recreate something like this on my own, then I'm gonna struggle in a real production environment. However, with all of that said, the presets are still very interesting and I would still encourage you to open every single one of them. And what you can do at the very least is maybe just turn off some of these on and off so you can see what kind of effect the different forces have. Maybe there's some particles, so you can turn off the particles and just see roughly how things are put together. However, we're gonna touch on all of these settings and features throughout the course, so you can just follow along with me and not worry about the presets too much. So the final tab over here are my projects, pretty self-explanatory. Then we have some link to the official Jenga Effects Discord, which I recommend that you join. Lots of very helpful stuff being shared over there, as well as the official forum. Right, so I just wanted to cover the home screen and show you everything that's here, especially the search feature and the filters over here. And we're gonna continue in the next video.